Personal Choice segment tonight. A new Rasmussen poll says 71% of likely voters believe the military, not civilian authorities, should handle the captured Muslim terrorists from Nigeria, as we mentioned. Also, 58% say waterboarding should be used on the guy to get information. 58%. Now, that Rasmussen poll and other data from the organization is being criticized by left-wing zealots who believe Scott Rasmussen is skewing his polling to the right. Joining us now from New Jersey is Mr. Rasmussen. First of all, the difference between your poll and the Fox News poll and other polls, and they do differ on President Obama's job approval rating. You have him pretty much the lowest, is that you poll only likely voters. Is that correct?
That's correct. We poll likely voters. Most of the other media polls are adults. There's one other, Quinnipiac does registered voters. Their numbers are pretty similar to ours. And what we know is that when you talk about likely voters, people who are younger and minorities are less likely to show up and vote. Those are groups that feel very supportive of the president, but they're not going to be helping out Democrats at the polls come November.
Okay. Now, you heard Juan Williams say that the polling number, 71%, want the guy, the Nigerian, to go to the military, is based on emotion. And you know, that
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, people are angry. I mean, Christmas, here's this idiot trying to blow up the plane. He gets off the plane and they go, you know, let him go to the military and let the military take care of him. Does that make your result any less valid?
You know, people aren't looking at this situation and trying to think very tactically about, gee, should we waterboard or use some other technique? That's not the way people think about it. What they're saying is, we want this situation dealt with in a firm manner. The number who want this guy treated by the military is higher than the number we found for the Fort Hood shootings a little while ago. Why? Well, there have now been 2 events. Overall, the American people are coming to believe that our system has shifted too far in the direction of protecting individual rights at the expense of national security, and the numbers are pretty dramatic. They've been moving a lot in the last few months.
So what we can anticipate then is lower job approval ratings for President Obama in the early part of 2010, based upon the anger against this guy and the shift that you're talking about.
I don't know that it'll be that much lower for the president. Right now, Republicans are pretty united in their opposition to him. Unaffiliated voters are strongly opposed. But Democrats, the core base of the party, still very strongly supportive of everything the president is doing. When we ask about his ratings overall on national security matters, guess what? Most Democrats, 70%, say he's doing a good or an excellent job.
But it doesn't really make that doesn't make sense with the 71% who disagree with the civilian court deal.
They disagree. They disagree with that. That's right. Democrats are looking for an aggressive response. But when you talk about the president's approval ratings, I don't think those issues are going to move them in the short term. Now, if things continue to progress, that could have an impact.
All right. Now, the left wing is all over you, saying you're shilling for the right, and you reply, how?
Well, first of all, I really appreciated all the people that are complaining now helping promote my polls in 2006 and 2008, because the trends were moving in that direction. We poll every single day. We do pick up trends ahead of others. We saw the Republican losses coming in the last couple of cycles. And now, guess what? The trends have reversed, and the people on the political left don't like the message.
All right, so you're saying that in 2006 and 2008, when you saw the weakness in the Republican Party, the Bush policies going south, you called that, and they were fine with you, but now that it's in the opposite direction, they're not fine with you. Okay, exactly. I do want to point out that you were very, very close on the presidential election. You almost hit it 100%.
That's correct. We had a great cycle for the presidential year. We also, in 2008, were the first people to show Elizabeth Dole trailing in the North Carolina race. Back in 2006, we were the first to show George Allen trailing, the first to show Conrad Burns in trouble. Again, it's not because we're doing something really special. We are polling every single day.
All right, and you also called for Governor Christie in New Jersey.
That's correct.
Correctly also. So we have, of course, we use you a lot, and we wouldn't if we felt that you were skewing your poll one way or the other. So it doesn't look like you're sweating this too much here, Scott.
No, actually, it's good to have the accusations aired. It's better than a whispering campaign, and not at all concerned. We do our job the best we can, and we just go from there.
Thank you. Plenty